The upholstery industry has, the majority of it, not all of it, has stayed in this country. That's not true with case goods and wood. Not only we're the only plant left in this town, we're literally the only furniture plant left in the whole state of Virginia. The same is true with North Carolina. They're all gone. There's no plants left. We're it. What we do is this. We have worked diligently on our quality. What's the next thing we did? We worked on our inventory. We knew it would save us. And we want you to use our inventory because this is not a cabinet shop. This is a real factory you're going to see today. And how does a real factory operate? It operates on volume.
We inspect every board. The sawmillers know that it's not like China. They send it over there, they can't send it back. Pine, oak, maple, cherry, poplar, all that. And we put sticks in between, and that allows us, when we put them in dry kilns, for the air to go through and bring that moisture content down. We break down the lumber stacks. These are 2 inspection stations where we inspect every board, we measure every board, we grade every board, we inspect every board, we know exactly the footage, we know exactly the grade. So if they don't send us a grade we ask for, then we reject it. Okay, it was stacked. Here you can see this is November 11/29/17. That one's up there is 11/29/17. 4 quarters, 1 inch thick, 5 quarters, 1 1/4 inches, 6 quarters, 1 1/2 inches, 8 quarters, 2 inches, and this tells us it's cherry. So we know the age of every pack of lumber we have here. All right, there are very few people here today because we're not preparing for a veneer cutting. If we were running veneers, there would be maybe 18 people in this department. And see, they take that's a part of a log, and we buy this, and from the veneer mills, and they've taken this huge machine, and they have cut it into pieces like this. We have a full veneer department, we have a full solid department. We can do either one we want to do. You see, we got pine, and we got several knots that have dropped out. You can actually go out and buy pine knots. I'm going to show you how we do this. And she picks out a knot.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Then she tapes it, and then show them how you hammer it in to seal it. See, there's your knot. Now you want to make it really tight. And we spread that knot out till it's tight. Then after we lay it, the glue is going to glue all of it, and that knot's not going to move. This is our main dry kilns. We have 11 dry kilns here. Each one of these have board capacity of 100,000 feet. That means right here we can dry kiln at one time 1,100,000 feet. What we have here is a cooling shed. We take this lumber and we put it through those dry kilns. We put it under intense pressure, heat, moisture, and air moving fast. And we drive that moisture out of that wood. And when we get it to the right moisture content, it has been under tremendous stress. We just want the lumber to do whatever it's going to do. And then we'll straighten it out, okay? All right, this is where we stack all the lumber. We've cut it now, we've got it to the right length, but we got to glue it back into a panel. We take our lumber and we run it over that glue spreader. That goes through here, the machine is pushing back, and that is a huge microwave. If you think you've got a big microwave at home, get ready. Now those panels come through, and when they get to a certain length, it trips and the saw cuts it, but it never quits moving. All the machines along here is what we call 3-axis routers. They're all run by computers. It's all run on software. You can see we're running an oak end panel right there. Now the beautiful thing about 3-axis routers and 5-axis routers is this. Once they're programmed right, they're within 1/1000th of an inch. If they're programmed wrong, you got a big problem. We either have 100% success or 100% failure. This is the end rims on the top of the dresser of the 680. And what we're doing is we're getting them thicker. Now, if you notice, everything we do is a cold press. We do not use any hot presses. We never take the heat out of the lumber. We use a cold press, and so we leave the moisture the same, but we glue the two together. All right, this is particle board. And we have our own particle board factory, 500 yards from here. Then on one side of it, we put the face. That could be cherry, it could be oak, it could be maple. Now we got to balance the back. And there we either use poplar or in this case, we use gator board. We want to put something on one side that will balance the other side. You have to balance wood. And so we put the gator board back here. Now if that was a solid cherry, that whole panel would be solid cherry. Now we got the boards glued together. We got to get them all to the same thickness. So we start running them on that machine, this machine, and this machine, and it brings that board down to exactly the thickness we want. Now we've started out with raw lumber, and we've gone through, cut out the defects, we cut it to length, we have glued it back together. Now we're finally going to get it to the thickness we want. There's your 680 drawer front. See, we've done the side of them. See, we've cut it and we brushed it. This is called an onset profile shaper. They don't make them anymore. We own 7 of them. I want you to come down and look through the window. And that's a 5-axis router. A 5-axis will go any angle and go 360 degrees. It will do anything that you want to do. That will give you every technique. You can have saws on the head, you can have boring heads, you can have all these different things. That's oak, pick that up. And see, before we had to do this, then we had to do this on another machine, then we had to do that on another machine, then we had to do this on another machine. We do it all at one time, and that is deadly accurate. Everything you see it right here, and there's going to be more of them, are either embossers or brushes. So we can give that distressed look, we can give you the brush look, and it's all done on this type of equipment. How you doing? This is a new machine that came in last week. These have 2 sanders on them, a brush and 2 sanders. Cherry has to be sanded 4 times. This has 4 heads on it. We put it through 1 time, gets the whole thing. Now, this is a solid oak suit. Oak is the worst wood for warping. So we give the customer solid oak. We put the poplar on to keep this rail straight. This is what we call wormy maple or Indy maple. And because we love it because of all the different variations in the color and the knots and all that. We glue all the mortise holes, put it together, put it in that clamp, nail it, and then start it down the line. Here we're making drawers. Now over that end of the drawer line, we make French dovetail drawers. This end of the line, we make English dovetail drawers. So we can make either one that we want to make. Both of them are 200 years old. The English is more beautiful, the French is stronger. See, you can see here that we have bracing. Between each one is a rail, and we really support our cases. Between each one of these is a corner block, and there's your wooden drawer guide, which works fine. There's nothing wrong with a wooden drawer guide. It's not as fancy as a ball bearing. We use both. You're looking at a finishing line that goes back to the 50s. Okay, there was 6 furniture factories in this town. There was another furniture company called Webb Furniture Company. And this was Webb number 1, which is now Vaughan Bassett 2. We bought it. All right, we're in this plant and we can grow a lot more. We had to learn how to make dining room. We now really know how to make dining room. We're the only furniture factory in the United States that has a finishing room ready to go right now. We were running 90-inch dining room tabletops, and when we glued them together, 10% of them had open joints. This is called a joiner, and what we do is we take those long boards and we put them through here, and we don't cut them with a saw, we cut them with a cutter, and it gets that lumber absolutely straight. That was not cut with a saw, that was cut with a cutter. These are the things we do, and then they fit beautifully. These are glue reels. Now we have modern glue reels, but this technique has been used for 150 years. If you want perfect joints, this is what you do. That's at 90-inch length. That will go in and be aged for 10 days. And then we put catalyzed varnish on it and just rub your hand on it. That's how you do it. We don't cut any corners. This is a nightstand top. Now let me show y'all something. Come over here. See that glue? You can buy this kind of glue for anywhere from 8 to 12 cents a pound. We pay 27 cents a pound. It's from the finest glue company in the world. They're called Franklin Glue Company. Nobody makes better glue than Franklin Glue Company. Most people, when you see them in furniture factories, they just want a little spread of glue at the top. But you see, I make them really put a glue spread on this. I want it running down. Now, is that waste? Yes. But let me tell you what's really waste is when you start getting cases back because the daggone open joints. That's not going to happen here. They don't make these anymore. These are chassis machines. And this is what gives you the chassis and sands it and all that. That's the back. Tells you it's A and P. And you see, I made them take the letters and make them a lot bigger when I said made in the USA. And there's your chassis. It is not our only warehouse. We have another 180 to 200,000 feet in addition to this, but this is the impressive one. We tell people we have $35 million worth of finished goods inventory, and everybody says, but they don't believe it till they come look at it. That's why you bring people here and say, this is what it is. We can actually ship in 24 hours. And it has made all the difference in the world of us staying in business because our dealers live off our inventory. And that's exactly what we want them to do. And if we do get behind, we'll make it and put it back in here. We don't have to wait for the boat to get here from Vietnam. We make it. 480,000 square feet. All this is a conveyor. This is how we transport our furniture. It's stacked here, we put it here. And we know where everything is, and this conveyor brings it to our location. This thing is so big, forklifts won't work. You have to have a moving conveyor. And then what we're putting out here is generally what we're staging to be shipped, plus we are bringing product in from our Galax factory to be stored here. Obviously, when the warehouse is running, this conveyor never stops. This conveyor is running all the time. I just want you to know you're not going to run out of product, okay? But the only way you get a feel for this is to do exactly what I'm doing right now. And it's a little trip. That is our warehouse. So when we tell you we got inventory, it's not in Vietnam, it's right here, okay? And if you want it, you're gonna get it.